I'm gonna do a reading today, as the thumbnail says, for the street kids. I like to do readings zoning into different niches and different marginalizations. So that's what I do. Anyone who doesn't hold respect for that can go ahead and leave the channel. So this is for those who came up. Look, when we sit in the street, all right, whether that was Bangladesh, whether that was LA, wherever that was, there's so much to unpack, so much to utilize, skill sets that you have. There's just so much going on. So I was sitting here like, which reading should I do? And I have my little or big kind of stack of my sticky notes with all the different ideas. Whenever I kind of channel in an idea for picker cards, I write it down here, and that's the one that came out for the street kids. So that's what we're going to get into. I have cards here pulled, sung, oracle, tarot. And we have these options here. So we have smoky quartz as an option. All right. We have our zigzag seashell. And we have aquamarine. So go ahead and pick one of those. And we're going to get into our messages and see what support we have, connecting with our good spirit crews in a good way, with all honesty, accuracy, and clarity, of course. All right. If you chose the smoky quartz, let's see what messages we have. It's a very windy day, so you might hear that out here. All right, Marie Laveau, good juju. Juju is a cultural term, as is hoodoo, voodoo. That's where woo-woo comes from. So anybody who's not of the culture should not be using those terms and shouldn't be using them negatively. This is a card from a deck, African Goddess Rising Oracle here, and they're using it, within a magical term here. Good juju, okay? We have friendship, and this symbol means a lot more than friendship as well here, the arrows crossed. We have the song I Don't Stress by Nipsey Hussle, okay? I actually and went to the song player and clicked through the songs to see which would come up for this, which I've done before, way before there was a lot of picker cards on YouTube. I was doing it on Facebook, and I would link songs and videos and movies and all that on there. So I went to the old click through method. We got, of course, if we're doing a message for the street kids, of course Nipsey came through. So I Don't Stress by Nipsey here. We have two Adinkra cards. We have one meaning hope. We have the for Venus here, the energy of Earth. We have discipline. With fire here, the energy X. X in and of itself is a powerful letter, definitely coming through revolutionary. We have the Hierophant, Four of Cups, and the Three of Wands. Okay. So let's see what our messages are here for this first group. Definitely what I'm seeing here is, one, you guys having good energy and needing to use your self-determination, saying have discipline, be hopeful and know that you have good energy and that others are drawn to you and opportunities are drawn to you. However, stay using those wisdoms that you got, okay? Stay using that hustle. We got the fire energy here and the earth plane. Continue to activate yourself. Continue to be the motivating factor for yourself and moving forward, determining your own fate. Marie Laveau is known for that, okay? At a time where people were super, marginalized, oppressed, and everything, using magic, using smarts and cunning and all of this to move and have a place of position and power is what she did. You know what I mean? Even in conjunction with like the legal system and things. So here we have the Hierophant here. So some of you might say, well, I have a record, or I can't get certain things done, or you know how the system is. Yes, we do. However, at the same time, we want to lean into the ways that we can join in together and also utilize our free will to progress further. So here with the Four Cups, we don't want to get too down on ourselves or feel like, well, I tried several times. Nobody's your friend out here. You know how it is. We want to move past that energy. With this Three of Wands, it says that there will be good connections coming in. There will be people who care, who will, really be risk takers too. Will be having the right mindset to move forward, okay, as well. And maybe it feels as if they're wrong. Maybe you feel like, well, I'm the only one who cares about getting my life together, or the people who are successful, they don't understand where I came from. So there could be this energy that you're kind of out here alone a little bit, or that maybe you feel like you would have to risk certain friendships or connections in order to have other types of stability. It feels like a toss up, right? And sometimes it can kind of be like that. But this says that the success comes when you move forward. This shows that you're going to be the one who's the elder. You're going to be the one who kind of sees ahead of the curve, um, where things need to go, and that you have a lot of wisdom that you can develop. So certain things that you see in your mind's eye, you're the one who's going to be a leading factor in them. Enter Nipsey Hussle here, right? There's going to be things that you're the one who's putting those pieces together. Maybe you're the first to do certain things from your neighborhood, from your family, from your school, things of that nature. Because we know even certain schools, they don't expect much of people, right? They don't expect much from the street kids, right? Like maybe we can get you to graduation, maybe not. So there can be a lot of history here where you feel like, well, there's so many tears I had to work through. And I think also important with this group, with this hope here in this Venus, is to say, put some respect on what you have achieved. Maybe it's astonishing that you made it, I'm sure that you made it this far, okay, that you're even here in this reading. And maybe you have to remember that. Remember the things that you have succeeded, the times that no one thought you would graduate, or no one thought that you would stay alive that long, or no one, whatever it is, okay? There's kind of like this importance of putting some respect on the friendship and the love that you have shown yourself, getting yourself to this point, and understanding your own history here. We kind of have a little bowing moment, a little kudos here. Let me respect my own power here that I have, right? And that creates a energy of love. We have a Veve with a heart here, so that's some love energy going on. We have this a deeper symbol connected to Venus, and the shorthand of it even is reminiscent of the shield and the Empress, right? Um, in tarot, of course, that comes from these things, right? But so there's this energy of love, of lovability and affection and friendship around you, and the ability. This is even a Taurus card, another card of Venus here. The number 3 is a social card. Of you not being just kind of left out and thrown away with. It's important that you know that when you take the lead, you create more spaces for more love, for more positive recognition as well. And so you allowing yourself to have this kind of disciplining factor to yourself is something that really is going to help you build something solid for sure, with the Hierophant and the Three of Wands here. Now with the Four of Cups here, they're meeting head to head, right, as they come to do an offering. So I do feel this energy here where the spirit world is saying, you know what, you better want it more, because you're right. Sometimes somebody's going to come and they're already going to be blessed with the best offering they could give, right? They're already going to be blessed with some privilege, or they're going to want it more. They're going to want it more than you do, because you say, oh, I'm kind of used to this now, right? And so Spirit said, don't let yourself be caught up slipping. Street kids that pick the smoky cards, don't let yourself be caught slipping, not wanting it as much as somebody else. Whatever it is that you're going for in your life, okay? You need to stay hungry. All right. Now you need to let yourself be fed and taken care of. You don't want to be motivated by negative circumstances as far as feeling like you have to recreate them. However, that mindset that you had, that hunger, that's that goat mentality, right? You gotta have that. The greats who they say, okay, I'm not on the streets no more, but I'm still gonna play ball like I am. This game still means as much to me. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put respect on myself for everything I made through, and make sure that I continue to grind with the passion that I had for myself that got me through those moments, because I owe that to myself, to be respectful to myself and make sure that I continue to do so, right? So this is saying don't just do any half-ass kind of offerings to the spirit world, or if you just, oh, let me just kind of just put my word in that I might want to work in this industry. No, you need to be passionate. You need to be on it. You need to be dynamic. You need to say, I know I belong here. Taking up space. I'm backing it up. I'm ready to go right now. Let's go. Stay passionate and fiery, okay? We have Aries and Cancer energy, and they're squaring up in your reading, okay? They're duking up because those signs are not harmonious. Cancer wants to stay at home on the couch. I mean, love you so much, Cancer. And Aries will burn it all down rather than stay stagnant. Let's go, let's go, let's go. And you need to balance both, right? As street kids, you have to learn when it's okay to rest and when it's okay to have a solid foundation and have a home. And sometimes it might seem to others that you overdo it because you need to rest so hard, right? To catch up on so much rest and sleep and nourishment you didn't get for years. On the other side, though, you want to stay motivated, and again, you don't want to become afraid to go back out into the world. You don't want to feel like you're losing your edge or your grind. It's about switching up the motivations. Okay, now maybe I don't have to worry about food, or maybe I don't have to worry about certain dynamics. Um, how do I keep myself motivated? All right. Or maybe you are still in certain dynamics. How do I let that not take away my spirit? How do I let that not take away my good heart? How do I stay in this energy of camaraderie, friendship, hope? Okay. And what's the song say? I don't stress out. He said, I don't stress out. Weight on my shoulder, bring the best out. All right. So I don't stress out. And I think you guys can trust yourself with this because this shows me you guys are builders. When you feel some pressure, you feel some fire, look, you know what to categorize it, okay? You know what to put on your plate, what to give to the spirit world, what goes here, what goes there, and then you can allow yourself to build and to stay really focused, all right? That's that good energy. I think you guys need to stay very dynamic as the co-creators, these powerful people that you are. I think you need to understand to the deepest core, just like the Fool card, the Magician, the High Priestess, the Hermit, that you are someone who speaks to the world around you. All right, you are a builder of things, and that's why even people in high places will bow to that energy, right? And we see that. And if you need examples collectively, think about gentrification, right? Where do they come when they need the next wave? They go to the street, they go to the hood, right? And they try to soak up all that, the food, the art, the music, the laughter, the humor, the everything, the style, everything that they can, because that's the next wave. So when you guys are in your energy like that and you're being who you are, and you're not afraid to show your passion and stay authentic and continue to know that you will be loved, that doors will open for you, you are going to be building and creating those things. All right. And you're not going to have to feel like it's just, okay, I'm tired because I feel like I have to sell out, or I'm feeling like I'm not being able to be myself, or, all those kind of things, right? So there's going to be this energy for sure of you having friends around you. There's going to be the energy of you being able to be authentically who you are. Because, like I said, Marie Laveau, she was known in all different places and through, all the segregated quarters and this and that. She was known in all of them, okay? And she was herself everywhere she needed to be. She sure was. But she did know about what to sacrifice, okay? She did know how to appeal to the spiritual world. She did know when something was on her shoulders and she had the power to change things. And she did know when to take it to the spirit world as well. So, again, what to put on your shoulder, what to take off. Do your part, grind hard, give the rest of spirit. It's above me now. Okay, and know that you are well favored, though. That's what this is saying right here. Be disciplined. Know you're the X factor. Okay, but then be hopeful because know the spirit world and your ancestors rock very hard with you, and they know that you're a good person. You've been through things. That doesn't mean you're not a good person. All right, and that's why I wanted to create this space too, because maybe you have all your different rough edges, right? Or things that you've seen. Maybe you have raw vulnerabilities that you've kept through all of that. Maybe not. Maybe you got some. Maybe you got some brass knuckles with you. Who knows? But I just wanted to really give these very direct messages here. So I feel like your path is very open at this time, and it's yours alone to choose. This is the Three of Wands, but there's only one person being the leader here. So remember that I'm setting the stage. I'm gonna know in times that others don't know what is right for me, what is to come. Okay, so you guys might end up being kind of the pioneering visionary, I would say, when it comes to your family, or like I said, your hood, your school, your business. If you've developed a business with your friends, things of that nature. Okay, but it's like keep your good friends close. But just you take on. Don't be afraid of that leadership ability, and don't be afraid of anyone in high places. Okay, because this literally is showing me people in authority. You will be granted favor with them when you stay genuine and you stay in a good way with your spiritual forces. You will be granted favor with them, and you will see yourself let into doors that systemically are supposed to be closed to you. Okay, and you will be granted that favor. So don't stress out. All right. So that's what I'm seeing for this pile. I hope and trust that it was helpful. Thank you to your spirit crew coming through, helping with the messages here. And I'm gonna go ahead to the next one. Please like, share, subscribe, y'all. Let me know in the comments how you doing. All right, blessings on blessings to everyone in a good way. We have the second shell here, or the there we go. Sorry, a little buffer there. Live streaming this in. For those who chose the zigzag shell, let's see. What's up, Street Kid? Oh, look, y'all didn't come to play. Y'all got some powerful spiritual forces. This is what I love to see. We have Izili Danto, or Zuli Dantor, said either way. Etheric chords. She is so fierce. She champions the children. Okay, she's very protective of women and children. Very protective of anyone who's been abused, especially like women and children. So any of those things. She's a revolutionary, stood up for her people, helped win the Haitian Revolution. She's got her scars, she's got her fierceness, she's got good at business. Okay, like look, perfection is the next card. I guess I could say. So yes, if whatever you've been through, we have silence. This is so. She's also known for silence too because she does not have her tongue. Her children speak for her. All right. So I feel like you guys might really relate. We have Saturn here. You guys might have things you never talk about. We have Earth and Spirit. Okay. You said, but the spirit world will know. The Moon here. You got a lot more behind the scenes. How you really feel. Okay. We have Six of Cups reversed. That's a child of the card of the child. Seven of Cups. And we have here the Knight. Sorry, the Page of Wands reversed. Your song, I clicked through the songs here, and we got The Marathon Continues by Dave East, which is a tribute song to Nipsey. And the last group got a song from Nipsey. And these are the songs that actually came up. This is Dave East featuring Snoop, okay? So he's in that song. He talks about how people see him as perfect. Nipsey had a lot of a lot of Virgo influence in his chart, and he says the distinguishing factor is that he never quit. He just didn't give up. He's like, that's the thing that set me apart from everyone else. I just didn't quit. I went through every emotion, right? I went through every emotion, but I didn't quit. And so this is about hard work. This is about going through the toughest of things, Nazili Danto, even when her own people were turned against her and afraid and lashing out and all these things, she kept fighting for what was right. And I feel like you guys probably relate to that. You might have been through a lot in regards to your family, in regards to, it's speaking here of childhood abuse, in regards to feeling just everything crushing you, right? Saturn is like the matrix, it's like the physical realm. It's on the higher aspect, it's all of us collectively thriving on the earth and like healing from karmic lessons and stuff, but usually that's not how people experience Saturn, hence the fear around Saturn returns. Usually people feel it as that anchor, that the karma you haven't resolved, right? And that taskmaster that's like, you didn't finish this, and the world needs to get it together, and this realm is like just squeezing in on you. Whew, so I feel like you guys have experienced that. This says you've had spirits around you since you were a child, for real. They helped you when you took some rash actions, and they helped keep you from doing rash actions. So whichever child you were, this group's probably very polarized, where you have those of you who were absolutely reckless when you were younger, and those of you, or maybe now, maybe still now, and those of you who you like you never were, and you're like, how was I that kid coming from where I came from? That I was like never reckless like that. And the answer here, either way, is your spirit crew. They're saying we protected you, whether you were the child that was going to rebel no matter what, or get into that, that life, or whether you're the one who somehow is like there was a bubble around you and you were just protected through all of that, no matter how your environment was, okay? You've definitely had like spirits 10 toes down for you, okay? Very, very deep around you, protecting you. Here in the physical, and understanding the impact things have had on you, even when you couldn't speak, even about things that you haven't shared with others, okay? They're saying they need you to release some, like the trauma of those memories. And I know this is easier said than done, right? But that's what they're really showing me here. It's like, if there was things that you did or things that you couldn't do to help, they're like, you have to release that for yourself. I feel like some of you in this group, you were the one who had to take care of your family, or you felt like a burden to your family. or to your community in general. Um, if you were not able to grow up around your family, they're saying that you have to release that energy, okay, of being a burden to society, or being, you know, the menace that's the burden to society, or the, whatever, not being able to help the family. If you had a parent who suffered from, sometimes our parents, we understand something that they went through because we're like, well, they were a revolutionary, but they weren't accepted in their time. So that's why they turned to drugs, alcohol, whatever. That's why they ended up with, what they had in poverty, or different things like that. So this is saying you might understand, and your heart might have had compassion for certain dynamics. However, staying eternally kind of buffering in that space, and not letting those memories kind of, like, it's like a fist that needs to open up and kind of let your energies go, is holding you back right now. Okay, even here they're like cleaning out all of these cups that were on the shelf, right? Like, here's the 6 cups of pain, and they got their Ace of Cups, and they're cleaning these out, and they're putting a flower here to the past, and just like letting it be. Um, you might even do some kind of ceremony and actually like pay tribute to your past self, or like do some kind of releasing ceremony with your childhood self, whether it's like a forgiveness ceremony or an acceptance ceremony. And I tell you, look, time is relative. We're here, Saturn rules time. Saturn rules the more concrete version of time that we think of. However, traditionally, Saturn didn't just rule Capricorn. Saturn actually ruled Aquarius as well, which is the radical quantum physics, sci-fi, like all that interesting, like, whoa, the universe. That's under Aquarius and Uranus, right? Traditionally, Saturn rules that, though, because we know that time is actually relative. So although Saturn helps us have some kind of solidity, so we can come down here and incarnate and, experience all these things and have a sense of stability within the chaotic, magnificent multiverses, at the same time, Saturn does know what's really up. Saturn does know there's much more beyond that, and that time is, can bend and flux. And so it's important to realize that you can go back and bless yourself. You can go back and um, help yourself through past moments. You can go back, and I've talked about this before, right? You can go and be the force that helps young you get through something that you didn't get through. So if you're having these memories come up, or if they've been locked inside somewhere, and you're like, I don't know what to do with them, try going back at knowing that you're protected and it can't affect you, and seeing your older self, even if this was something that happened 3 months ago, see yourself now talking to yourself then, guiding, blessing, and helping yourself then, and encouraging you that you will make it, okay, that you're going to be okay, that you have more understanding now, that things were, especially the things when you were a child that weren't your fault, or that you couldn't help, or you couldn't fix, or, you know whatever it is, okay? If you need to say, hey, what you're doing is wrong, stop. Because think about the times where we felt those energies before, right? You've had a lot of spirits around you. At the same time, there's this energy of you you becoming aware, very self-aware, and going and connecting with yourself, because we have like two selves talking to each other here, okay? And that's how we perfect ourselves. So I feel like that's very important right now, for you to realize, hey, I have the power to do that. It says etheric cords. I can cut these cords. I can offer myself a different reality. I can go ahead and say, you know what, that moment of pain, I actually turn into a moment of triumph, because when I'm sitting in that room, or I'm sitting under that freeway pass and I'm alone and I'm hurt, I'm going to me then, and I'm going to encourage me. And I know that that is part of what helps me get to now, where I am healing and I'm empowered and I'm moving forward, okay? Because here we could look at that. Who's to say that these daughters are not her herself, right? This connection. So I know that's very out there and very woo woo, but I also know that street kids are more magical than anyone ever gives credit. There's a rawness, the truth of the universe just kind of smeared in vivid colors there, right? Within the grit and the grime and the matrix, right? The louder and harsher the matrix is, the more the spirit world is there in like colors that aren't even recognizable, right? In this realm. It's just like, I know y'all get that. So remember that vibe. Okay, remember that pulse, that heartbeat here, this energy that's there, because they're saying there's rich medicine in what you've been through, whether it was mistakes, whether, remember, the harsher like of a mistake you made, the bigger it is if you overcome it and you transmute those energies, right? So if you had a loss or you made a mistake or you couldn't help, as you move forward, that's why people like motivational speakers, they're so powerful because they transmute those energies and they're able to choose a different story for themselves, right? Right here, they chose revolution, right? And it didn't suffer the Saturnine energy that had come in to oppress them here. Izzy Dental helped with that, right? Versus all the other countries that happened to. It was like, no, not here, right? So you guys have this power. I don't feel like your spirit's done. Sevens can show numbers of relying on self, but numbers of victory at the same time. And I feel like you guys know something in you doesn't want to give up yet. Something in you knows that all of these things that you've been through can build you up and help you I don't know, just they make you unique. They make, I don't want to say you needed things to happen to you to become who you are, but I want to say how you've chosen to and how you will continue to choose to utilize those things as tools, how you will choose to do that divine internal alchemy, how you will choose to flex them like paintbrushes and words to write your story. I feel like with your personality and how you will choose to do that, I feel like that is something that's very divine, and I feel like that is something very important, and that's like the encouragement here of this reading. So there's perfection in all these things that have been so flawed because you are that perfect soul who is going to translate and address and show this world what it needs to work on, right? Again, going back to this revolutionary card, I cut cords and I show the world no, we don't accept that. We're free here, right? And I feel like that you guys are doing that, but it's by you being who you are and healing and feeling the support of your loved ones and using these spiritual principles and just kind of never saying die, you know what I mean? Letting yourself bounce back and evolve in a lot of ways. The marathon continues. All right, so I feel like this one really went to some mystic levels. Like I said, I know that your heart and your spirit understands that. I do feel like things of the past are meant to be undone, and this reading was here to cut them. So, whatever it is, speak it out now and release yourself from it. If you've needed that moment, that kind of public together moment of like I acknowledge things that I've been guilting myself for, or I've been afraid of, or that hurt me, and that I need to let go, this is that moment for you to do that. This is real, okay? This is that kind of confession moment that us humans seem to need to have sometimes. So speak it and let it go, and let that energy be cut with this reading, and free yourself up to then, do that magic and rework all of these experiences into being how you want them to be. What's your story? What's your story? I need to know. I need to know. All right. What's the ending going to be? Let me know. All right. Show me. Show me out there with your actions in the world. All right. Because everything's collective and it all comes back to us, right? It all comes back in story to us. We'll all know the story one day, right? So that's what I'm seeing for this pile. Very esoteric in its messages, but I trust that you guys got the messages that you needed here. Please like, share, and subscribe if you're here in a good way. You're welcome to stay, and we're going to move on to the next one. All right, Aquamarine. For those who chose Aquamarine, what's up, my street kids? All right, how y'all hanging? We're on the last reading here. Got all different kinds of energies, whatever your spirit crew wants to bring through. Mame Kumbabong, and we have Speak Up. Lots of fist pumps here. This bright blue, ready to speak, down to the lipstick. Yes, I rock with the lipstick. Offering on the water. A lot going on here. All right, we have Strength. Strength and Prudence, Fire and Spirit, Aquarius and Sagittarius. Okay, revolution. Those are some revolutionary signs for sure. Number 33. Your song is What a Life, Big Shot and Hit Boy. We have the Star Reverse, which has Oshun. on it. We have the King of Wands, the Three of Pentacles reverse, and Dryad, which is some nature spirits energy. What messages do we have here for this group? I feel like don't give in to glitz and glam, okay? I feel like any glam that's there should be real, based upon your own genuine swagger. It should come from your authenticity, okay? They're saying to be natural, be who you are. They're saying don't play the social media game for sure, okay? So it's interesting because on one side they're showing speaking up, being noticed, flexing in a way, right? Strength here, but we have prudence. They're saying basically like if you want to be gold, you gotta glitter in the right way. And so it's like you don't want to chase around fool's gold and then be like, oh my gosh, like you know, I got 2 million likes for my fool's gold glitter, right? When really you're real gold, right? What's that? Oh, the Lauren Hill. What did she say? She said something like that. Don't be a hard rock when you really are a gem, baby girl, right? Respect is just the minimum. So, to all of us here, that's the energy. And you know, I can't, I have to put Oshun upright. I have to put her upright. So this energy, looking at the mirror, she knows she's beautiful and wonderful. Oshun does not need to go and try to sell out for an algorithm, okay? She doesn't need to be more palatable for those who are shopping in suburban grocery stores. Like she doesn't need to do all that. This is saying speak up, be who you are. You know, you got the fist pumps of other street kids and tons of other ancestors and people supporting you. King of Wands is already here. The star card's already here. You know, most of this energy people are searching for is authenticity. Now, they do have the tendency collectively to take authenticity, water it down, and then try to reship it out, right? But here they're saying be prudent with your strength, okay? Um, and it's interesting because you picked the song, and Big Sean, he's talking about like doing well with music and things of that nature. And you know, his music, he started to just talk more about woke things and things of that nature. And I was seeing him on one of the, what was it, on the on 106, he was talking about in his freestyle battle about how you know, he's had like the CIA pull him over and things like that when he talks about authentic stuff and when he talks about woke stuff. And you know how they do, but it's that choice that you make at a certain point where you say, I'm not going to, like, I'm not going to pretend to be fool's gold. I'm gold. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not going to be aluminum foil over here and do some fake, half baked conspiracy. You know how they have like they make the, what's those little alien hats out of the aluminum foil? I don't know. Um, like in the 50s, they would do it. I don't know. I've seen a thing, guys. But that's kind of what this is like. It's like, man, I'm really in the stratosphere, okay? This is a star card. I already have all of this. I don't need to sell out, is the big message for this group. You know, I'm a natural. Like I'm authentic grown. I'm real. I'm raw. You know, it's a luxury to have a personality, a soul such as mine. You know what I mean? And I'm not just gonna sell that out for something on the gram. All right, it's the energy here, Three of Pentacles reverse. I'm not gonna go on to someone and say, let me edit you, right? So you can fit into West Hollywood or whatever. You know what I mean? Look, true story. Um, what? What? Everything you're doing is trying to get like, no. No, so the King of Wands is very self-made, very, very self-made, okay? The King of Wands is that entrepreneur. The King of Wands is that street boy, okay? Who builds themselves up, believes in themselves ridiculously. I mean, it's ridiculous. Like, you should quit. No, I believe in myself, right? I believe in myself. I invest in myself. I show up for myself, fire and spirit, right? Nothing to stop me. I can't help it. Even when I don't want to, I believe in myself. And I think you guys are here because you feel that. You feel that. Something in your soul, like, won't give up on yourself to the point it's probably annoying sometimes or irritating. Like, dang, can I just calm down? Like, can I just give up? No, here I am. Here I am. Like, still wanting to live, still hoping, still having this passionate passionate drive for life, and knowing I can succeed, knowing I can do me. I don't know, I need to express something, I need to speak up. There's things I want to change, there's things I want to enjoy, right? And I feel like, it's important that you guys keep that horizon wide. I think it's important. They are saying prudence, because I do feel like you guys are some revolutionaries. Some of you, there could be a real thing about being known, I would say. Okay. And I think with they're saying to stay grounded and keep your head about you and understand the game. Okay. Whether that would be you getting known for your art, your platform getting known, you getting attention from doing. There's a big thing with social justice here. Whatever that is. Ooh, I look down as 9/11 right here, right? 911. That's always a caution whenever I see 9/11. And then we have the Sag and the Aquarius. So I'm not saying, oh, something bad's gonna happen, but they're saying be smart. Okay, be smart. um, I do feel like others would try to limit your choices here with this Capricorn card committed. Um, mm-hmm, yeah. So I feel like with this, be cautious with who you trust. Trust real over fake. Don't chase fake love. You might feel like, well, I missed out. I think, I missed out. I want something shallow now. I've been through a lot. Who cares? Let me just get a fickle partner. Let me just go buy into some privilege somewhere, and who cares? I'll just, I'll just live with the whole get out scenario. I don't care. I'm stressed. I've been in the streets. I've been through a hard life. But they're saying, don't sell out. All right. They're saying be smart, be prudent. Your spirit crew, your guides especially, are saying please stay smart, because you can do this. You can do both. What a life. What a life I'm living. I'm talking about this real stuff, but I'm also being cautious, but I'm putting out that wisdom and speaking up, but I'm also being smart, and I'm staying grounded. I'm staying connected to the earth. I think another thing with you guys have this kind of radical revolutionary energy, as far as like, I'm not gonna let people take me away from the earth. I'm not gonna let people take me away from, the natural food of the earth. That's something that can happen. A lot of people who are street kids, it's because of all these systems that force poverty and racism and all of these marginalizations. And you can end up, depending on what hood or what neighborhood or whatever you're from, maybe you never even seen an open field. You know what I mean? Like, literally, there's people in LA in the streets never seen the ocean, right there, right? So this is also saying part of your big reclamation is to really hold on to and not give up on your connection to the earth and the land, okay, to the planet. That's so important. So it's kind of, again, saying all that glitters isn't gold. Yes, there's some big blessings you want to get. That's almost like, of course you can get that. Of course you can get that. You know how to hustle. Of course you can. You know how to do that, but don't sell out. Don't sell out in order to get these things. A lot of people say, well, Hemi, you know what? Like, I got to do what I got to do. That's the game. They're saying, no, that's how people who either lose themselves, or when you're in those dire straits for a moment, or people, I feel like people sell us the game without knowing the game. What am I? No, wait for my words here, y'all. Mercury retrograde is creeping up. Mercury's in Aquarius. What I'm trying to say is, when you're really in the trenches, right? There's a lot of community that happens, right? There's a lot of there's definitely that the world is hard, dog eat dog, that goes on, right? But I would say that the most beautiful giving I've ever seen is when there's like sheer poverty, right? Like, people literally sharing a slice of pizza, like cutting in half when they haven't eaten for 2 days, kind of thing, right? There's and I feel like people like to say, oh, I got a camera, or I'm the government, or I'm whoever, so we're gonna tell you how you act, right? And we're gonna tell you how's the way to get out of this. And it's only by hurting each other, and it's only by selling out. And this is how you do it. And this is how you're gonna look. And this is the only way to do it. And I'm sitting back like, no, because actually y'all missed it because you can't see what you don't have. So if you don't have the heart that understands what it is to join together like this, that understands what it's like to have community and love, what to understand what it's like to, even when you're by yourself, to want these things to not just for, not just in a negative way, at oh at any cost, let me just do whatever I need to do to anyone, but to truly want a better situation for your whole demographic, your whole neighborhood, whatever. If people don't feel that, how are they going to sit here and make a documentary and tell you, oh, this is how you get out? You're gonna have to pull a heist. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? What I'm trying to say here is like, you have who you are coming from where you're coming from and needing to get successful, and then you have people from the outside trying to tell you, oh, this is how you're gonna do it. What? How are you gonna tell me about me? You know what? Let me grab that mic. Let me grab that documentary camera, okay? I'm going to tell you what it looks like when we get out of this. I'm going to tell you what it looks like when I run a business, when my community is thriving, when I'm eating, when I'm connected to the earth. How about that, right? Literally, just like I had to turn that Oshun card around. She got a mirror right there. She can see herself, okay? You're not going to tell Oshun about Oshun and how she looks and what she needs to do to be her? No. And I feel like that's like, it's like people have been taking these choices away from you, and you have to take those choices back from them. I like how her card settled down, like, that's what I wanted you to say, Hebe. Right? And even here, he's like dancing, he's like putting his foot down, right? Here, the foot's being put down, speak up. I'll tell you. I'll tell you what it looks like when I come out the streets, when I stay in the streets. I'll tell you what it looks like when I thrive. Don't you come here and tell me and you're missing things, right? You're the one who caused the situation, or you're the observer trying to steal my culture, try to steal whatever, and for your TikTok trends or whatever. Don't come to tell me who I have to be and how I have to sell out to be successful. I'm going to show the world what it looks like when someone like me thrives. That's the big message here. That, and to continue to speak up, don't sell out, continue to care about your community. 33 here. um, Even when you have to be at a distance and heal, that's another part, right? Because they say, oh, you have to cut everyone off out to make it, or even if you have times where you do need for healing to move away from certain pockets of toxicity, because yes, it can be very hard for a lot of people who are going through, having violence on them, right? Going through tough things, to be able to be like kumbaya, you know what I mean? But there's a difference between taking space and getting solid and saying, okay, how can I do the best for myself? And therefore, I'll be the best energy for my community. And turning and having lateral violence, with each other, or buying into the programming, you know what I mean, that makes us sell each other out instead of focusing on where these problems really came from. So I feel like you guys are doing really good with this, because again, we got Aquarius, Sagittarius, community here, very Aquarius card. We got Venus energy, we got the Earth. Okay, we got this Leo, fire, Aries, Sag vibes. Okay, what a life. So we're gonna talk on these things, we're gonna speak on them, and we're still gonna enjoy our life, and we're still gonna be successful. And then we're not just gonna kick to the curb our community. No, we're not just gonna look down on other people who came from where we came from. No, I'm not gonna act like I have to be some jerk or some vanity project or whatever to be the only little token one out. No, I'm not going to sell out myself and others to thrive, right? I have choices. And I'm going to turn that right for you too. Two of Pentacles reverse. And at first I was seeing it as Three of Pentacles because this has three there, but both of them applying. You have choices. And that's what you are here to remember. Don't sell out. You already are the magic you're looking for. This earth is yours to connect with in a good way. The water is yours to connect with in a good way. You deserve to see them and to honor them and to feel that relationship, to eat good food, to come out of scarcity and food droughts and all of those things. You're a strong person. We know that. All right, but your strength can take you somewhere. Right now, Mars is in Sagittarius, and that arrow of Sagittarius is trying to go. What a life. That's what you're going to say at the end. Man, what a life. You see me, right? You see me over here? I got the King of Wands with the star shining behind me. What a life. And I make my choices and decisions. And I'll tell you guys something very visceral. I'm going to close it up, y'all. I'm going to close it up. I'll tell you something very visceral that I was told at a very young age, which was even if someone has a gun to your head, right? And it's about to be the last second of your life, you still have a choice how you react and you respond. Y'all, that was I was way too young to hear that. But at the same time, like that is like the most terrifying and the most empowering thing ever. And I can't shake it. Like, no, you have the choice of how you will respond, how you're going to act, no matter what. Okay? No matter what. So don't let anyone take that. And this reading is here to give you that back, to elevate you, to remind you of how amazing you are. The King of Wands is that street kid who made it, who did it, and does go back, show love, and lives out loud, speaking up, proud, and just thriving, okay? So that's what I see for you. Thank y'all so much for coming through. I really hope that, and I trust that this reading, touched and spoke to you as it needed to. I thank our good spirit crews for coming through, and spirit really, spirit really being on my head, saying, no, do that reading and do it right now, Hini. So I'm gonna go ahead and click off and make this public so y'all can see it. But I hope y'all have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you again soon on another one. Bye.